cameras real quick. We had to do some fun rearranging today because one of the microphones died and then one of the cameras died. It was an eventful little setup period here. Jake, if you could move that one a little more that way.
You moved my seat and then you bossed me around.
Did you not read the contract?
There were the contracts.
You should find papers for me.
Were those the ones? Those are the soul contract, right? We're outside.
Yeah, remember that blood I took from you?
I thought I was in private. I was like,
Do you remember that weird dream where we were all in like robes and chanting at you, and you signed a piece of paper with your blood? And you
I
like,
remember that.
that
How
was
did you remember that?
because that was a real weird dream that you definitely told us about.
I told you the ending too.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or
Demon Cast.
I'm gonna have to
Cult
leave.
edition.
I'm gonna have to leave all of that beginning section in for contacts on the laughing and the.
Bone breaker?
So I don't want to know that dream ended. From there, how about we dive right in and see if we can get ourselves on track to what's happening in the story versus the horror that is the reality of Jake being a member of our group. And with that, Helena, would you mind distracting Jake so he forgets about all of the horrible things that have been done to him in his dreams?
I will do my best, but
The most confusing part is he doesn't remember when we did it with Margar either.
I haven't done it with her yet.
Oh.
That's the problem.
I like the canon that Jake is the only one that had to sell his soul and Margaret destroyed it. He was too powerful.
We
had to have the
we had to break
insurance.
him first.
It was either that or he would destroy us all.
Sorry, Alina.
hey, we are still in the hag's house.
You are.
I mean,
It's our witchlight sunblade.
we found some cool stuff, but it's gross, and we're doing our best to get out of here. So there was this guy. He was chased around some vultures, and then we engaged in some conversation with him.
It's her.
Bloody toes.
So wasn't it her?
My bad.
Well, to be
Bloody
I couldn't
toes.
remember.
The female.
to be fair, culture like use them interchangeably. So I'm gonna go with they.
Yeah, maybe I would say that. I'll use those pronouns. Okay. So we talked with her, and she was like, yo, you get rid of the hag, that's cool. I don't care that much. And we're like, okay, cool. So we can be friends. She was like, I know she ain't dead because, I'm still trapped in here. Okay, and we're like, all right, well, we'll see you later. So we kind of keep exploring. Then we find a freaking goat man in a cage and free him. And now he won't go away. So we got a hangers on, which I guess really is like the sign of all good adventuring parties. They get somebody who just wants to be a fan. Or somebody who just wants to be protected. Either way. So Vansel is with us for right now, and so we kept looking. We found a strange cabinet with some scrolls in it, some potions. We found a mushroom being that tried to knock us all out in a happy way. We had to put a stop to that. Cade definitely kept a beating heart in a block of ice. Seemed like a creepy thing to do, but we don't stop him from these things. And I think that's where we're at. I don't think anything big had happened at the end.
There was in the room and there was tree thingies that we watered.
That we
And
wanted.
then remember the
Okay. We wanted
the
that.
wisps.
We got the chest open.
yeah, the wisps almost killed us,
And-
right? Or
And then we
whatever.
found the skull, and then you found those magic
Yes.
items inside the frog.
With the eels inside of the mud.
It's in mud.
And then you got your creativity back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, I didn't take very good notes last week. Yes.
It was a weird week last
We're
week.
capitated.
And although you are now on the screen and on your sheets level 4, as we had agreed upon, this is actually right before the long rest. If there was anything you had wanted to do to wrap up,
And we have
the
a
evening.
distinct promise that nothing bad will happen until we get that long rest.
It's a distinct promise, but that I think is conditional on us not doing something crazy.
Yeah.
You have a promise from me, from the world of Hither. I mean, I don't control Hither.
Shall we not play any stupid games? We shall not win any stupid prizes.
I believe where you were sitting to kind of make camp for the evening to get rested and ready to face whatever else this Fey world was going to send at you was in the disgusting ruins of Bavlorna's own bedroom, where the world has been made a little bit brighter by all of these twig blights that are now regrowing their leaves and forming into new poses. You notice as you're packing and getting ready to try to clean a space to rest for the night that every few minutes they shift into a new pose and they seem rather content to just to be in their pots, unlike twig blights that you may have seen in the carnival or heard of in the rest of the natural world that tend to have a rather nasty disposition. These kind of behave more like simple awakened.
I
Lord.
applaud each time a new pose is struck that I notice.
If you arrange the pots together, it's clear that the forms are actually tableaus. You have like a scene of a ritual sacrifice. You have a scene of an expedition, and they're not only forming human or humanoid forms, they're also forming what would be the surrounding. Like at one point, you'd seen two of them do this strange motion that once you actually put them together turned out to be a bridge.
Oh,
So
interpretive.
they're just
Okay.
they're just acting out scenes from Jake's past and future. Spoiler.
I'm afraid I get no rest because I have to watch this magic happen.
What if they start copulating? You never know. What if it's one of the scenes is not like you never know.
I would gladly look at that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't want to miss it.
Oh, right. Oh,
You want to be there to see it. So
yeah. I mean, look at the show that they put on. This is a grand dance of botany.
So that Solstice does not end up losing out on a rest at all, you do realize that every couple hours they kind of reset to the first.
To
Would
keep
this be-
watching or to get rest? Noble question.
If the scenes inherent are carnal of nature, would that make it debauchery? I'm trying to do debauchery and botany together.
debauchery.
All right, that'll be a 1d4 of psychic. Get it.
I'm about to long rest. I'll take
I'm
it.
fine with this mechanic. I like this.
All words are made up, so we could be discovering a new one.
So wait, that means every time Cody talks, he's lying? You can't talk.
What do you mean?
If all words are made up, that means they're fake and they're not real, so you can't lie. You can't talk.
Nice try.
Cody like internalizes that for a moment and then find that he cannot speak.
I messaged Cody. Are you okay?
And then Solstice starts laughing about it and he goes, Yeah, that's not true.
You didn't have to think about it.
No, I did not. I saw through your ruse immediately. No, wait, I can't lie.
I didn't see through your ruse immediately.
I was immediately duped by what you said. And had a moment of existential panic and dread, quickly followed by assurance from the light of my life that you are a mean person.
A jokester! And it's always fun to wake up with a laugh.
Haven't we not gone to sleep yet, my love?
Oh,
Was there any
it's
final
always
things?
fun to go to bed with a laugh.
Was there any
Just
final
like you
things
tickle
that
that pickle.
Oh,
was?
my
Oh,
love.
God.
My love, your appreciation of the twig lights shows an artistic curiosity I thought you were incapable of.
Well, I always am an admirer of those that are wooden. Oh my god. I'm always in awe of plant life, you know that. I'm a warrior for the trees. But you're right, I do feel strangely creative Maybe I could get it. Maybe I could get in there direct.
You should try, my love.
Okay, I huddle up with the trees.
How about an interpretive dance?
Ooh, good, yes.
Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Oh boy, I did it.
This is supposed to illustrate that you got your artistic back.
I mean, he gave me advantage. Persuasion, huh? Okay, so that's gonna be a 7.
They rolled a 5 to defend against.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Twig blights do have a -4 to their charisma, so
Okay, that makes sense.
it's a little sloppy, but you are able to do it. What are you rearranging them into?
Oh, a grand battle that my grandfather was involved in between 2 warring tribes, but ultimately he was able to convince everybody to lay down their weapons with the power of dance.
So one of them is a dancing unicorn.
And you can see that several of them, with their bodies being composed of so many different branches and twigs woven together, they can unfold pieces, and you see little like forms of crudely crafted warriors as it kind of sweeps across the scene from fighting into dance.
Bravo.
Nick, have you ever seen a unicorn dance?
I can't say that I have.
If ever my love retains his normal form, you must watch him dance.
Understood.
It would be magnificent for you.
Thank you, Solstice. I'm sure you'd be a great dancer now.
You might have to learn some steps.
I'd be down to watch you dance.
You don't want to dance too.
I'll dance with you.
It could be very erotic, there's sweaty,
Yes.
writhing
can we go to bed
sensation.
I have been known to throw a
Don't be
mean
rude.
salsa.
I'm not being rude.
You already tricked me into not speaking,
Yeah, do
and
that
now
again.
you.
But you
are-
broke out of it.
I mean, I'd stay up for that. Vansel's been quiet this whole time.
Shall we?
Okay.
I don't know how descriptive you want to get, but after the dance is concluded with Percy holding his bag over his head.
Well, he's holding his bag, but he's also like kind of peeking out, like he's curious, but like pretending to not.
We don't get to make acrobatics checks to see how good the dance is.
Go ahead.
Do you want it?
With advantage?
Or disadvantage.
Oh, God. I got
I've seen my Solstice working with between his legs. That's disadvantage.
Who?
Well, can Solstice just give me the help action?
Sure. That's what I prefer.
Okay. 19.
It is erotic indeed. Vansel offers a hand to aid, since you were talking about throwing salsa.
Well, all right.
Very respectful, not too handsy, and all sweated and worn out from the day's activities and the final physical activities of the evening. You are all able to bed down safely in what seems to be now a mostly empty cottage, with the perhaps one aggressively negative creature trapped in a single room. So,
What aggressively negative creature?
Bloody Toes can't
Oh,
really leave
okay.
the kitchen. So,
I tried my hardest to let her kill me.
I wonder if we could try harder to free her. We'd have
Well-
to kill the hag, right? We're still planning on doing that, so.
Well, so if we
I'm gonna
put
try.
Bloody Toes out on one of the balconies and then burn the cabin down,
That's risky, being that if that's not going to work, there's no way back.
but I mean, Bloody Toes could fall into the water.
Or burn. Burn up.
No, we don't know the nature of her attachment to the.
Well, if we would
house.
put the heart back in the
I
magic
don't
cold
think-
room and then set it on fire, the fire wouldn't be able to get in there because it would be too cold.
But it's also like 3 stories up from the lake.
So it's perfectly jumpable. Me and Solstice did it just yesterday.
But
Earlier today.
where would I think she's saying, what if she's tied to the cabin, and like if the cabin suffers, then she suffers.
Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Well, again, we'll put her in the cold room and then she won't get too hot.
But if it's magical, it doesn't work that way.
Fire cannot go into really cold places.
Oh.
Everyone knows that.
Well, I think we'll have to help Bloody Toes another day, but, it never hurts to brainstorm these things.
I
Okay.
admire the willingness to help.
We could also kill Bloody Toes.
Maybe
Release her from her eternal torment.
Yeah, we should offer her that out as well.
Yeah. Maybe she's into that.
And maybe Clapperclaw will be able to help her once we return his head.
I just don't know when we're going to have an opportunity to kill the hag again. I mean, she may never show up ever again in her life, and then Bloody Toes would be trapped here without anyone delivering even things for her to kill ever again. Would it not be cruel to leave her to this fate?
We may also talk to the king. We're still going to talk to him, right? Maybe he can help.
I feel like the despots in this area aren't particularly useful.
I mean, if nothing else, they wouldn't mind having another servant.
True. I guess he could move into the cabin.
Sure. It's a mighty fine space once it is distenched.
We could just kill the hag.
I still want to do that too.
I would like to do that, but if she's escaped into yet a further mirror, how are we ever going to find that particular mirror to escape into?
You can spend the rest of your days searching every mirror.
Well, but during all of that time, Bloody Toes is still trapped in a room.
And we're back to square one.
So if I spend the rest of my life hunting the hag down, Bloody Toes is still trapped in a kitchen.
And you're trapped hunting a hag.
Sure, but at least I can eat.
Good old fashioned hag hunt.
Well, eventually the food will stop flying through the windows. And
Hag what?
Anyway, I think we should leave and continue.
I'm planning on sleeping.
I thought we slept already.
I think this conversation came up as you were all saying you were
Oh,
going to sleep.
okay.
So we will port this conversation to being first thing in the morning.
Or Percy just falls asleep while we're deliberating.
Not that I need to, not that I necessarily get a say. I know that I'm not.
Say what you will, Gotcha.
Well, personally, I would like to leave this building.
Well, we definitely plan on leaving. 200%.
And that thing wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
It had no qualms about it. So, I mean, personally, it's a rather evil creature.
Oh, Bloody Toes.
She did not seem particularly evil to me.
She couldn't harm us because she's under a spell not to.
I don't know if you're familiar with red caps in general, but they're rather
I've read.
vicious.
I have wore several red caps, and they are just as benign as any other.
I don't know if you're familiar with red caps. They're rather vicious.
Can I go
species.
back to sleep for like 3 hours,
He's
please?
catching on.
Should I roll, like, if I do know if red caps are...
Sure. You can roll a nature or a...
What? This is the third natural one I have rolled already. What does this mean? Am I gonna die?
Prison.
Getting them all out in the beginning.
Okay, I mean, what does it even matter what it is? It's a 3.
That particular dice gave you 3
It's,
ones. In a row.
it's this one gave me 2, and then that one gave me the third one. So anyway,
If you want to use
Okay.
my unicorn poop dice, you can.
Thank
You've
you.
never heard of red caps in
Okay.
your life, so you only have the experience that you have with Bloody Toes to go on.
Okay.
What
Well-
you have?
Possible. You read a lot.
May I?
Sure.
So say we don't have to make this decision. We didn't cause her fate to be wrapped up in this building, and I would say we could leave it undone.
Is this nature or arcana?
Either or.
It's 19.
Yeah, in the books that you've read about, like because of your Fey ancestry, there was ample opportunity while you were serving the wizard that you were serving to read up on different creatures. And looking into the Feywild, redcaps are pretty friggin' terrifying.
I definitely vote for murdering that person thing, because it would kill us if it could. I mean,
Very well. We will offer Bloody Toes the sweet release of death, and if she does not wish that, we'll just leave.
okay,
It's a plan.
let us kill you, or we yeah, okay, yeah.
Maybe not let us, maybe offer, would you like the sweet release of death?
That's what I said.
Can we kill you?
I personally
Can we
can't believe-
release you?
Do you wish to
Okay.
die?
Okay.
I
Acceptable and acceptable.
that makes it sound like you want. I mean,
Would you all like me to offer
Yeah.
her the sweet release of death?
I have no.
it
was my idea. I feel like I should
I think Kate,
bring it
I think
forward.
Kate should do
To the kitchen.
Mrs. Toes.
What?
Mrs. Toes.
Bloody Toes. Mrs.
Bloody
Toes.
Toes.
Oh,
Even though we don't know if she was married, so she might be a Ms.
Miss.
Toes.
Ms. Toes.
Making your way back down the stairs into the study, it seems that nothing's been disturbed since you left it the previous day. In the kitchen, Bloody Toes is standing at the counter, butchering the next piece of meat, violently swinging down the cleaver with this just wicked grin at finally having the opportunity to cleave flesh once more.
Bloody Toes.
Yes.
We've returned because there is a very real chance that the hag may never be destroyed or ever return to this place, and we wish to know if you wanted us to reshuffle you off the mortal coil.
Would you like me to elaborate, Ms. Toes?
Feel I was perfectly clear.
As a reminder of what she looks like, just for everybody.
Now, do female redcaps have smaller mustaches, or?
She looks just like the picture.
Solid Ms.
Love it.
I'd like to see you try.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure if that means you would like us to kill you, or you would just like to see us attempt it because you believe we would not be capable of
When talking of releasement from flesh prisons, we must be very careful with our words, Ms. Toes.
I said what I said. That's what you get.
I think we should leave.
I concur.
But she said she would like to see us try to kill her. I mean, technically she said yes.
If we push her off of the balcony with those metal boots, will she sink?
Oh, that seems like a physics question for some kind of wizard or something. Bloody Toes, if we were to push you off the balcony with those metal boots, would you sink and drown?
She broadens her stance. I will repeat myself.
Incredibly unclear.
Maybe we should just leave.
I feel like this is one of those situations where I, and my particular way of thinking, as my law tends to say, are not helpful. So I will defer to the group in this instance.
In this instance, I think that a lack of an explicit yes infers a no.
You hear, as she goes back to swinging the cleaver down onto what appears to be a pretty hideous, possibly once a jackalope. It's not clear.
I think we should just
I
leave.
think that's our cue to leave as well. I'm with Percy.
I'm still confused, but I feel like that's been most of my life.
Come, let's go return this head. Start walking.
Is it a
Yeah,
head or more of a mask with no head?
You know, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to give it back to Clapperclaw.
I liked that fellow.
Are y'all taking the boat from the base level back?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm sad, companions.
What? Why?
I really wanted to burn this place to the ground.
We still could.
You make such beautiful fires.
I'm just saying, if we burn it to the ground, then we kill Bloody Toes. And we just decided that we can't kill Bloody Toes without her express permission.
Well, and again, I think that we should be mindful of, that this may be the king's building, and if we set it on fire, he might be upset.
Solstice raises a good point.
I will just not say anything, and you will lie to him that it was an accident.
We've gone too far now to turn back. We must make
I
good
could
time.
still chuck an alchemist fire from here.
I mean, I could catapult it for you. And we are within range still. That's what I'm saying.
Are you doing it?
I need the other party members to explain morality.
No.
Kate is so torn, he's just facing away from the building, watching the boat go.
As soon as you get back to the shore, which direction are you going?
To the castle, right?
Back to here?
Or
King, right? At the
Yeah.
circle or whatever?
Oh, to
Oh,
top
yeah.
us off first, I would think.
Well, he's on the other side of the king. So we
He's
have
at
to
the
go through the
bridge,
king, yeah.
Yeah, true.
I think we need to go to the king to tell him we gave the
Yeah,
book
we
back,
would
right?
probably go to that island with the circles.
And Snoodle.
Oh,
Stupid.
You think I could ask for Snoodle as a reward for killing the hag?
you didn't kill the hat.
We didn't.
We'd have to lie.
We tried.
We banned Jack.
Once you arrive on the shore, as you hear the general chorus of croaks and soft music playing, as they seem to have resumed their daily activity of lounging, Vansel shakes each of your hands enthusiastically in both of his. Thank you so much for that assist. I really shall be dining out on this for years. If you happen to get rid of the rest of them, please seek me out. Let me know. I'd love to hear whatever it is that's going after this. I think this one is Barney, right? Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Write it down. I love it. And as a thank you, I would like to give you this. And he
Cody.
hands to Solstice a stick.
Splendid.
Oh, sorry. Whispers into it
Check.
and hands it back. And as you accept it, a tiny flower blooms at one end of it.
Ooh, genus blue blue blue.
It is a daisy, except for with the colors inverted. The center being white and the petals being yellow as a sunbeam.
Fanciful. Thank you. I tuck it in my vest, I guess, pocket.
Excellent. Well,
Farewell.
I'll be off.
What is it?
I'm sure
Well.
you'll find out.
Oh, a surprise.
Do you have identify or?
Yeah, I would want the original.
Do you think all the flowers are reversed inside the mirror? Because most of the other things haven't seemed reversed. But now that I think about it, when I look in the mirror, usually my lapel is on the other side. And now that I'm here, I look
You
down.
hear
Inverted by his design.
the satyr chortle as he crosses the bridge, overhearing the rest of this conversation. He pats Clapperclaw on the shoulder, leans down, whispers something to him, and points over to you all, and then continues on his way, disappearing into the fog.
I mean, I would want to take 10 minutes to do ritual. So
Do you have 10 minutes now that we're standing within
Just to
eyesight of the
give it
king?
to you, because it does not require attunement, so you immediately have this effect, whichever of you is holding this. Until the flower wilts and falls off, the stick has the properties of a stone of good luck.
So you add +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Cool.
There's a +1 or +2. I think it's
supposed
+1.
I think +1.
Because the stone of ill luck is -2. So
Ooh. +1.
usually the bad ones are really bad, though.
So yes, you have that, and you see the gourd sitting on the bridge, turned to face all of you.
Does the king not acknowledge us at all?
I mean, they're still sitting there all cavorting, and
So they're basically
he's
in a
petting.
Madonna video?
Hmm?
They're basically
Yeah.
in a Madonna video?
A very froggy Madonna video.
Frog Donna.
What are you all doing?
I'm gonna go to Clapperclaw first, as a show of respect to Clapperclaw, and give him his head back.
As you begin to cross, making your way around the circle, you hear.
I'm gonna stop and turn to the sound.
It's the king making what appears to be an attempt at clearing his throat.
Yes, just one moment, if I may.
Bless you.
I'm gonna continue.
That is not you. That is you.
That is not.
I am me.
Are you?
Not now that I've sold my soul to the misfits.
I mean, but when we say you, are you Jake or are you McCade?
Or are we speaking the collective we, you?
The royal we.
The royal weenie.
Hey, Lord Viagra died.
Yeah.
Clapperclaw sees you approaching and crosses his hands together in front of him in what appears to be reserved excitement.
For you, Clapperclaw.
Oh, I didn't want to get my hopes up too soon, but this is... It just pulls the gourd off and throws it into the lake, and there's a clunk and a little bit of a clatter as it then sinks beneath the surface, and you just see the bubbles as it fills with water. And he takes it and shoves it back on his shoulders.
And
there's a
transforms into a beautiful prince.
There's a little sound as it seems to sit properly. When he saw the gourd removed, it was clear that what was underneath was just like straw sticking out. But whatever has enchanted him causes it to remain in place as he shakes it out, some cobwebs falling off of the antlers, and bows. Oh, to be complete once more. Completely different voice than what you've previously experienced.
Well, as you might have seen, we did chase the hag away. She plane shifted. But we were able to clear her tower of most of the interesting good things.
Plane shifted means that she escaped into a deeper mirror.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It means that to you.
It is a trick that I know they all contain.
Mm-hmm.
A deep one
Mm-hmm.
that has foiled many a plot against them. But I must say, I feel much more confident now. I am ready to go to Hither. From Hither to Thither. I don't even have my head on straight. It just shifts it around a little bit and clacks.
Ha ha ha!
Especially if she's
Creepy or funny?
not here.
What if she's there?
I didn't even think of that. But if she's there. Oh no.
She could be there.
Percy, I don't understand why you're trying to discourage him from
I'm
taking
not.
A deal's a
Don't
deal.
know why it's that.
A deal's a deal. I'll get you there.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Are we going there or thither?
Hither.
Hither is there.
Clapperclaw, may we
Hither is
just
here.
discuss with the king
The,
real quick? Tell him of our resolutions?
Fantastic. Perhaps he can provide a better mode of travel, as walking is going to be a lot.
We
We're
should ask.
gonna walk there?
And then I turn around and start walking back towards the king.
Noble king, we have cleared the hag of that cottage for now. She may be back. But she does have her book, right? We gave her that. So we did complete that task, yes.
She has her book. We told her you kept it safe.
And then we attempted to kill her.
It didn't go well.
To be honest, it probably looks like you sent assassins to her. She probably will not be very happy with you.
Cade was about to start doing the speaking for the group and just
Oh.
You see this wash of emotions go across the king's face as he hears the book, hears that. You could see him beginning to process the assassin thing, and then when you said it directly, his face just falls. Prisoners of the king, they will bring you to justice.
But she's gone. It's fine.
I would just like to point out, before you attempt to throw us in prison, my dear king, that we did almost kill the hag that you were afraid of.
All of the nobles that had been lounging have leapt off of the island and like jumped into the water, seeing this beginning to escalate, and all of the guards have like pulled their weapons up and are waiting. She is not dead, and she will return. And she will return angry, and you will be her sacrifice.
Not if we have anything to say about it.
I'm looking at Nickade.
Roughly.
No,
I'm putting my hands in my sleeves.
I
I'm
see
looking at
that.
Nickade.
We're okay. Hold it. Your royal blubberiness. We seek to leave this realm. Is there a sooner way we can get to Thither?
He gets a very confused look.
What Nickade is trying to say, I think, is that we go to kill Bavlorna, and if we stay here in prison, we can't kill her.
Also, if we can, we can go kill her, we can finish the job. So then she won't come back. And then you would just be fine. You could take over the cottage and have a cottage thing. Right?
He looks above all of you at the cottage rising from the mists, and you can see that greed beginning to form in his eyes. And what if she returns?
Well, regardless, she was probably going to have you killed for stealing her book.
She did mention that need to be taken care of.
And if she returns, you just let us know, and we'll come back and finish the job.
How will he contact?
Yep, exactly.
Can I?
Mhm.
We're on ground, or is it like tiled and?
It's just like it's compacted dirt. It's like it has moss and grass kind of growing out of it, and there's a lopsided roof above you as part of it sinking faster than the other part of it, with pillars coming out
Okay.
to support it.
Follow me here. Can I turn around and bend over like I'm reaching into my pack, but grab a stone from the ground or a rock?
Okay.
Then I want to face the king again, and I offer you a sending stone to let us know if she ever returns.
Roll sleight of hand.
Oh no. Can I help at all?
How?
I want to do druid craft and make the stone look like it's like sparkling or emitting light or something.
You could also do magical tinkering, make it look like a sending stone with like marks on it.
Oh yeah, could I do that?
Sure.
Like, we just need to finish it real quick and like
I
really like key it into you.
That's right. Percy is quite the tinkerer.
What's your name again? Your eminence, a lordship king person thing.
Your proper title.
Yes, your full title.
King Golub the 19.
Okay, I'm gonna tinker with that, and I'm gonna etch that into this stone, and it's
And with the sending
didn't know
stone
we had a standing stone.
message,
It's quiet time now.
don't say anything.
Your code word.
And with the sending
Stop it.
stone, King
Right.
you can reach us on any plane at any time.
I think you still need to make that deception check.
Yeah.
What
What was you roll a sleight of hand first, so sleight of hand with advantage.
With advantage, dirty 20.
Okay. He reaches out and takes it from your hand.
And I give a very trusting smile.
How do I turn it on?
You clasp it in both hands, and with the thought of us in the front of your mind, send to us the thought you wish us to receive.
But it's only one time. It only works once. So it's just you got the one shot to get to us.
Who has the highest passive perception?
It is incredibly useful. Jeltra with a 15. And she is
Definitely
totally
with
here.
you. It's real worn out. Jeltra will elbow Solstice as the two of you are talking to the king, and she brings your attention to another bullywug who has begun to make their way across not the bridge, but that little land bridge leading to the sinking palace that you saw before, dressed in noble attire, though not quite as pomp as the king. He approaches. My lord, King Golub the 19th. And Golub turns to him. Baron, you have been missing for some time. The guards seem a little tense, as each of them clutch a little closer. The Baron takes another step forward and appears to trip on the mud itself. And as he falls forward, pulls a dagger out and plunges it into the eye of the knight.
Whoa!
You hear from Golub, and then a thud as the sending home stone hits the
Dash
ground,
forward to grab the sending stone.
and the king slumps over, dead, as the Baron rights himself, straightens.
I bow.
I got my weapons.
The king is dead. Long live Erlig the First.
I told you
Yeah.
already. Long live Illid the First.
I'm bowing already. Okay.
I feel like none of the kings live particularly long here.
All of the guards stamp their spears into the ground as the cry of "Long live Illig the First" rains out, and you hear the croaking begin to emanate around the swamp as the word of a transition of power has been made clear. And there's a splashing of nobles climbing out of the water onto the shore to prostrate themselves in front of their new king.
As I see Percy and Nicaid kneeling, I will pick up the sending stone and, like, as if it were actually super important, hold up. Do we need to retune it to the new king?
Yeah.
You look the first.
Yes, I'm gonna redo it. And
I think it's
Golub was a weak buffoon who will no longer plague our swamp with his cowardice.
so,
If the hag returns, we will finish her.
so you don't need this anymore. Okay, cool.
I stamp my foot in agreement.
I'm just slipping in my pocket.
You are dangerous. Be gone.
Wait, we're being
That's right.
exiled?
That's our goal, yes. Do you have a quicker way for us to get to Thither? Our goals align.
And we will never come back if you help us leave.
Unless I figure out a way to
Just kidding. I'm not actually smacking you.
No, that was probably for the best.
Oh.
He was about to say, unless we can figure out a way to usurp power from you and have our own
no.
bullies.
I think I've had enough of Bullywug politics.
I don't smack you. I throw like acorn, like just like.
I just don't understand bullying politics. I mean,
Balloon.
A balloon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The balloon.
Okay. Yeah.
there's no way we're all gonna hurt each other.
Percy, can you pilot a balloon? I've never.
I'll figure it
I trust you.
out.
As this conversation is happening, one of the other nobles has already severed the head of Golub the 19th as it is being ready to join the other monarchs on the Bridge of Skulls.
Hey,
I mean, none of them have even turned into skulls yet.
One last thing, Your Honor. What do you guys do with the bodies?
Snoodle
I was gonna say.
is already munching on Golub's leg as it's clear that more crocodiles are making their way towards the edge as the guards shove it on to just the shore.
Well, that answers that question. Thank you. You almost got friends.
Mouthful of like.
Okay, so we're moving towards the balloon, or do we want to go with Clapperclaw?
Well, I think
Clapperclaw
Clover was leading us.
wants us to get on the balloon, I think.
Well, I thought that was the king that said that.
Well, Cloverclaw wanted us to find a way, like a faster way to move.
Oh, okay.
Because like he knows how to get there, but I think we have to still get to where he can take us through. It's like a passage or something. Well, I thought he could like teleport us there. That's what I thought at first too.
But it sounds like Clapper.
He hasn't even reduced the mirror yet.
No, he is not. It's
If you
very-
need a mirror, there's one in the shack we could use.
Perhaps we can just go before Illig changes
Alright.
his mind.
Yep.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
Illig should really be concerned that I don't change my mind, really.
As he should. Did we save that sending stone? I thought of that on the fly, and I think that might come in handy.
It's
I
not.
don't even know you could do that. I mean, well, Illig
We'll talk
didn't
about it in the
take
balloon.
Well, I thought we were far enough away from.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Oh,
walking
okay.
away.
Right, but I figured there's other bullfrog, bullywugs.
I don't think. I mean, unless we're speaking in Sylvan, I don't even think they speak common. Most of them.
Mhm.
As you make your way across the bridge with Clapperclaw, around the now quenched but burned out factory and over the rocks safely back to where the balloon that you saw when you first entered is tied. The giant frogs previously around it are leaping into the water, and all of the Bullywug guards clear to the sides as you see a familiar face standing at the edge of the docks, smiling and holding out her arms. It is the Bullywug Knight Morgort.
Oh, the one that I made out with bullywugs to save.
Yes.
You escaped.
I did. And then I helped overthrow a king.
And that
you
means that you're okay now, not in prison anymore.
Well, my next plan was to overthrow Bavlorna, but it seems that all of you have already handled that. And I think that perhaps in the shifting wind of politics, it is best if I am not remembered for this assistance, lest mistrust begin to grow.
I'm going to say, Morgort, I'm not a studied man, a scholar of any way, but I feel like you should leave this society and do something else with your life.
I plan to leave for a time, and then perhaps to restore honor to my people. But not yet.
Why don't you just become king, Morgort?
Illig is a smart and cruel man, and I think he can protect them against Lorna better than full up. But until I have a way to secure the rest of my people's hope, it is too dangerous a place for me to remain. And you need a pilot.
Oh, thank God.
You're coming with us?
At least as far as the barrier.
Percy visibly has color back in his face now because he was flipping his shit.
Clapperclaw comes up and gives her a hug as they previously have known each other. I am grateful to see you again, my friend. I was worried they'd never let you out.
Did you return those keys, Morgort? And I borrowed them from a very nice man.
I left them in a place that'll be easy to find.
I was very worried.
Up his ass.
While they were talking about imprisoning us, I almost brought up the fact that they don't have the keys, so I don't know how they were going to put us into prison. But I figured you wouldn't want me to say that, so I didn't.
Figured that correctly.
Well, shall we be enemies of the state together in the air?
Here, here.
Here, here.
Fight the power.
Yes.
I'm done with this swamp. That is for sure.
I'd be okay.
How do you decide which of the frogs are noble and which ones aren't?
We are all noble.
So literally anyone could become king as long as they are a bullywug of this community.
Well, those that have earned the right and the following. Had Illig not been working on this for a long time, he may have fallen flat and been murdered immediately by another.
Should we have stopped the king from being murdered?
It's already happening as you get in the balloon.
Again, I think bullywug politics should be left to bullywugs. Let's get out of here.
All right. It's clear that Morgort knows what she's doing, and you're aware that part of why she landed in prison was from helping Sir Talamar escape, and her own balloon not functioning in the way that his did.
I was at Games and Gadgets the other day. They actually have swamp balloon minis
That's
from
fantastic.
this module.
As you do
And
begin,
It fits the
It's to scale.
minis
Yeah.
that would be the characters
It's
in
to
the
scale,
balloon.
yeah.
Oh wow, it's a big balloon.
That's why I was like, I don't think we're all gonna fit in the balloon, but
Because of that balloon.
I'm just saying, hot air balloons can usually have like what 3, maybe 4 people in them at a time.
We've got 2 tiny people. It's all right.
And a bullywug.
And Clapperclaw.
So 3 smalls,
3 smalls, 3
3
normals.
mediums, 4
Um,
mediums.
As she
Small,
begins,
medium, large.
as she begins to fire up the balloon, it raises out of the water without too much fanfare, and as you begin to hover out of downfall, looking at where you have left, you can see violence already beginning to erupt in the sinking court, which is quickly obscured by mists as the winds carry you forward across the bridges and brackish water of that giant swamp where you had previously thought the rabbit.
Margaret, I
And-
feel like you should come with us to the real world and join the carnival. I think you would be much happier.
This is my real world.
No, you're just a reflection of someone from the real world.
I hate to break it to you, dear, but I'm not going anywhere.
Hmm.
I have responsibilities and honor to uphold.
You know what they say about honor? It's not better than inner.
As the moon begins to shroud once more, a wall of rocky mountains rises up out of the swamp before you, with a shroud of mist that goes up as far as you can perceive and appears to be unbreakable. Clapperclaw steps to the edge of the balloon and brings his claws together as they begin to blow with a warm light that then parts, leading to this ovular opening within the mists themselves as the ship is able to pass through.
By my lord.
The mists part to reveal a primeval forest. A fragrant breeze wafts between the enormous trees, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air. Patches of sunlight kiss the forest floor, and the sweet melody of birdsong echoes around.
Why the hell did we not come here first?
Beautiful.
And that's where we'll take a brief break. We'll be right back.
Beautiful. So now we're in.
Welcome back, everybody, to a new land. As the balloon settles down from the sky, Morgard seems clearly uncomfortable at leaving so far from downfall, but her bravery allows her persistence. She moves forward, Clapperclaw guiding the navigation as she keeps the balloon aloft and afloat. That looks like a good clearing there to sit down. As she does, the canopy of trees has a break in it between several large hills at one edge of this border of mist. There's clearly life here. There is sounds of rustling as the balloon scares away whatever was in these bushes. And you are safely in the realm of Thither.
I didn't know it was possible to land these things. I thought you just had to run them into something.
Some of us have better luck than others.
I'm just saying, the only other time I've seen one of these land, it ran into a tower.
As the balloon touches down, you all feel that telltale wisp of a deal completed.
Should we have tried to get a hold of Talavar before we came here?
That is what we must do. Morgard turns to Clapperclaw. If we are ever to save this realm, perhaps Talavar's forces can be bound with our knowledge of what has happened. That is not a bad idea, as ideas go. Will you all be all right if we set you here and perhaps begin to build the resistance further?
Yeah.
It's a good plan, I think.
Is there someone here who can take us to Yan if we need to go there?
I do not travel there. But
Oh, okay.
if my experiences with the hags are common, which I expect they are, you will find one.
Well, if you can't get us to Yon, this is as good a place as any.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It's beautiful here.
It does smell infinitely better.
I bid you farewell and many thanks for the beginning of the salvation of my people. Farewell.
Bye.
Don't kill any kings without us.
No promises there.
A strange people.
Very strange.
The balloon and the remainder of that sulfurous stench created from its fuel disappears into the mist as you hear the happy chortling of Clapperclaw and Mordred along with it.
Mordred is Billywork from Margaret.
So when we were
It's true.
coming in, what did we see any landmarks that would give us any landmarks that we could work towards from where we are?
You've been set down roughly here on the map.
At
Where?
the bottom.
You saw several circles of mushrooms creating clearings in the woods. There was this pool surrounded by rocks in the center, as well as in the distance, no longer in a completely mist-shrouded land like you were in Hither. The skies are clearer here aside from the boundaries. There was clearly some sort of structure made out of a fallen log and what appeared to be a moving tree somewhere deep within the depths of the forest.
And maybe is that ocean? Like beach?
I don't think we saw
Find
that.
out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, here we are again, my friends, walking into the unknown. Another mirror, and yet, still my lapel is on the right side, so I'm confused about that.
Life is good.
Is it because my eyes have switched places that it seems to be on the right side now?
Yeah. Yep. That's yeah. Very good.
But you saw the giant mirror he made in the mist that we went through.
Yeah.
That might have been what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Mirror. Yeah.
Jeltra begins to... Actually, but I think... I'll just be a spider. She transforms. No longer capable of speech.
Good to
But
intimidate.
present.
Yeah, good to intimidate when we can. We're again in a place where we have to make first impressions.
I climb on top of the spider as normal. Cody, your left eye looks great on the right.
Thank you. Yours as well.
Thank you.
Even though, because my eyes have shifted, it looks normal. But I'm sure you can tell the difference.
Yes. Can't you?
No.
I look at Percy.
Too deep.
Yeah. Which way do we go?
We could start working towards one of those mushroom circles.
Yes.
Sure.
South, but it's north because it's switched again.
All right.
Let's just maintain it as the same to avoid confusion.
We're in a very confusing time, my love. You're going to have to think critically if you're going to keep up.
Indeed.
All of the mushroom circles that you saw are north of your current location. Which...
I haven't-
say,
I haven't
that's
disag-
your thing.
I haven't disagreed with him. So
Yeah. Two characters who can't tell direction.
And as you were settled down in this basically circle of hillocks of mountains, it takes you through a path to get around them in order to head to the north. Along the way, who is walking first? Solstice. On the ground, you come across what appears to be a trail of claw prints. Massive. At least 3 feet from heel to toe.
Well, that's terrifying. I'm gonna make a. Well, let's see if I know what those are.
Go ahead and make it a nature check.
Okay, that's good. 14.
It's unclear what
Okay.
would have left these, but whatever it is was enormous.
Do I get the sense that it was winged?
From
would I
just
know
the
that?
claws, it's not clear.
Okay.
Although, do you follow them or do you?
So are they leading in the general direction we're going, or yeah? I guess we could follow them for a while.
What seems to be the concern, my love?
There's a big being here, and it has big claws.
So we've gone into a smaller mirror.
I don't think we have enough evidence to support that yet. It's just
The
big
trees,
prints.
the trees do seem to be a normal size, so maybe it is a large creature. And we have become quite small.
I'm thinking it's going to be a large creature, but there's only one way for us to find out. We continue south.
to Cade, I don't know if we can keep up with like telling him he's right. I don't know if we can keep doing that. What? How do we?
Sometimes he is.
I know.
scares me.
I know. So how do... Okay.
Solstice seems to have a wonderful grasp on when to cut him. I usually just let him lead.
Like you point out, I have a very good perception score.
Your perception's there. The interpretation is what's concerning.
As you follow the prince, they do go on for a few miles. As they wind through the forest, it seems that they're leading almost towards one of those mountains that you saw coming up. When suddenly they stop. There's one final set of prints, and then nothing.
I think it is wicked.
Go ahead and roll, anybody who's examining them, roll a survival check. And if I could have one of you roll for Jeltra as well.
You need to look up her stats.
No, it's okay. She has a +5, I think, to it.
14.
I'm looking to the sky and around us for any other things.
17 for Cody, and then 19 for Jeltra. If you said +5, so she got
Yes.
14.
Okay.
7.
So those of you that got above 15 have identified that these prints are deeper than the previous ones, meaning that the creature had to have borne down and pushed into the ground and probably taken flight.
Yes, my love, it definitely seems like it took flight. The prints are evidence of this.
Okay.
Where did the prince go?
They
From where you are now, roughly here, on one side, the mountain slopes down, and you can see in the distance the mouth of a cave. On the other side, the forest thickens.
All right, I'm, believe it or not, a bit lost. So we're in Thither now, and there's a hag here that we need to defeat, kill, or drive off. But that's our only goal here. We haven't made any Thither-related pacts or anything, correct?
Well, we need to save the whole realm of Prismere. So this is another third of the realm. So yeah, we defeat the hag and help get Prismere back to normal and save Zabilna or Sabilna?
Sabilna, I believe.
With a Z.
Zabilna.
All right.
She is frozen in time. Oh my god, do I have Zabilna's heart in my bag?
Don't
Good
know.
instincts that you took it.
I hope not.
Is frozen in time really, like, if a clock gets really, really cold? Because earlier when I said that, you guys made it seem like I was not smart about it.
I'm hoping you're not. Do I have Zabilna's heart in my bag?
We just don't know.
Just
We
keep
have to find
moving.
Sabilna.
I'm gonna reach in and make sure it's still beating.
It is still beating.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thanks, Zabilna.
Can't you just ask Zabilna's ghost?
I haven't. Has Zabilna's ghost tried to talk to me?
I mean, if her beating heart is in your bag, then she's clearly a ghost.
To the spider that I'm riding on and to Percy. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I'm gonna hold up my bag and just. Zabilna.
The collar you're trying to reach.
I thought for a second it was going to be the mushroom singing.
First thing I hear fanfare and I was like, huh?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to both, on one side, see if like the heart reacts to me calling to Zabilna in some way for some reason, and then on the other side, see if she's dead, if I can connect with her. I'm just trying to see if there's any way I can connect with her.
What do you generally roll for your spirit checks?
Charisma.
Yeah, charisma check.
Use the sending stone.
Give me that charisma check.
Sending stones.
What?
After a +6 modifier, I rolled an 8.
As you reach into that world and try and see if you can feel whatever is connected to this heart, there's a beating,
Mhm.
and it gets louder, and the rhythm begins to morph and change and take on a beat. Not a heartbeat, but a musical beat almost. And as you follow that course, finding where it leads, Jenny's trying to take up the drums. It's drowning out anything else that you can hear within the spirit world itself.
With Jenny.
I put the bag back to my side. I just, Jenny, stop! Stop! And I just kind of swear to myself.
Jenny, who
All
can I
we
turn
see
to?
him yelling at his aunt.
Whoa! Where are you, Jenny?
No. Jenny's one of the small people who live in his head.
Oh, right, the spirits.
And I think her number is 8675309.
But no contact with the owner of the heart or Zybilda.
Well,
I take your hand and with stunning sincerity, someday you'll be strong. You must believe in yourself.
thank you. Sometimes the voices in my head are awfully loud. Unfortunately, Zybilna's and or whoever this heart belongs to were quiet.
Hopefully that means they're still alive.
It's still beating.
Without their
Want to see?
Yeah, I did see the beating earlier.
There was this like pulse on the edge of the bag. Is it?
Ugh, so unsettling. Continue towards the nearest mushroom circle.
But do we go to the cave or do we ignore it?
Oh, right.
Should we go to the cave?
Well, it's the only creature we've come across so far.
If
Creature.
history repeats
The
itself again,
The caves.
maybe it can give us some sort of insight as to how the lay of the land works here.
To be honest, since we've gotten to this strange mirror realm, everyone we've encountered has pushed us towards our goal. So I feel like walking past it would just be aimless wandering, whereas if we talk to them, maybe they can give us lay of the land. Or try and eat us.
How far away do you think the cave is?
From where you saw it, it would be faster to go towards the cave to get around this mountain than it would be to go the other direction.
Okay. Is the cave high up or is it?
No, it's at like kind of the level. It was just that the clearing led up to that.
Oh, okay.
And then it is another mountain that it's within.
Yeah, let's go to the cave.
To the cave.
All right, in the cave, when we get there, remember, I forgot. I'm sorry.
What were we talking about?
Do you think it's a dragon?
The effects of the realm have already taken them. The forgetfulness.
I hope it is.
Uncle Simon, you are going to be fine. You're not here. I know it was a dragon. It was a wormling.
Just always wanted to fight a dragon.
So are we going in sneaky? Are we going in proclaiming our presence to speak to the occupants?
As you approach, cozy torchlight radiates from the cave in this wooded hillside. 20 feet from the cave is a tree with a withered sheet of parchment nailed to its trunk.
What does it read?
Let me show you.
Parchment.
On the side here.
Me and Solstice do speak Sylvan.
I do too.
I cannot read
It's a wanted sign.
Wanted. Will of the Feywild. Special offer. Bring this insidious brat to me, and you can claim one item of your choice from my workshop. Granny Nightshade.
that. Granny Nightshade, that's one of the hags.
Yes.
So whoever this is would fetch a really high price.
Or help us in our endeavor.
You still give us a reason to get close to the hag.
The lover of my rival is also my lover.
Will of the what? Of the forest?
Will of the Feywild.
And that looked like that was like a human
Do we
Man.
Looked like a
recognize?
human child.
child. Although
Not
he looks
anybody
young.
you've seen.
I just wasn't sure if it was that gnome from the carnival or not. Because gnomes and children.
Potato, potato.
Maybe this young man needs protection.
Do we? Is that just a wanted sign, or do we think that cave is an hag's lair?
Oh, that would be convenient.
If it is the hag's lair, then, I mean, we could just skip on to Yon.
We still have to figure out how to get there. There's another goal we have for Thither.
Mm-mm. Well, it's decided then. We'll go into the cave, kill the hag, and then look for somebody who can get us to Yon to kill her hag.
And I listen to see if there's any sort of maniacal cackling.
Roll a perception.
Roll
Tell us what
perception.
your bunny ears hear.
Twitch, twitch.
The cave, where your bunny ears here.
What does the
17.
bunny
Like listening and straining, aside from just the general rustle and crickets of a forest, you can hear this odd squeaky, 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 squeaky.
Thither calls for aid.
The beacons
does?
of Hither are lit.
I take off my hat and hold it up to my ear, thinking that'll somehow make it better.
There's a squeak off in the distance.
Like a
Child's
mouth?
toy? No. And I do my best to make the exact sound Coulter just did.
I feel like we need to hear what that sounds like. You're not doing the hand gesture.
Is it coming from the cave?
Is it? It is.
Maybe we should be sneaky then as we go into the cave.
Not squeaky.
Not squeak. Sneaky because of the squeaky, but squeaky is not necessarily threatening, so maybe it means nothing. Oh, I head into the cave.
Okay. And you don't announce yourself, you're trying to be sneaky?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
So
I am not Benlin, so I cannot cast Pass Without Trace.
you have dark vision.
I do.
Oh shit! I got disadvantage on stealth.
So I do give a light to Solstice
5.
and
5?
Cody and myself.
Okay.
And it's 5 feet of light.
Okay. So 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody else trying to be
Yeah.
stealthy?
I mean, I'll
I'm
stealth
trying to
with
be
my love.
stealthy.
I don't want my love to be on her own. His own.
24.
Nice. You can stay. Maybe even if some of us are seen, you can stay at it.
20. 30.
I have 1.
18.
18? Could somebody roll for the giant spider?
I just I'm just tripping.
Do you have the giant spiders?
I
stuff?
don't.
I can look it up.
15.
I also rolled a 15.
Yeah.
I have a wild shape app on my phone, so I can
Perfect.
look it up real quick.
As you all make your way into the cave, there is a thud as Solstice trips over the first rock, but his love is able to catch him and prevent any further noise as you continue to hear that squeaking sound becoming louder. In
Plus 7 to stealth. She had 22.
you lost the spider,
Which is impressive because the gate is on it.
24 for my stealth.
They're both gone. Inside the cave, a wizened old man wearing a blindfold sits at a spinning wheel, surrounded by piles and piles of gold.
Oh.
As he spins, he reaches down, grasping handfuls of coin, which transform at his touch into glimmering gold fibers. He does not seem to have noticed your approach.
Blindfolded?
Blindfolded.
Hey, you want to say that one more time?
2 times.
Snuck in.
Oh, Cosmo's with us too. And roll for him.
That's okay.
Roller. Just a squeaky little hamster paw.
There's no dragon. It's just an old man.
Sometimes dragons are.
Okay. Well, he's also weaving gold into thread.
Which seems like a dragon.
Can't argue with that.
It continues to be part of the shadows.
Hello, old man.
He stops. Who's there?
It is I, Cody, hero of Hither.
Hero of Hither. As long as you're not here to harm me, please join, sit, come.
I must first ask you, kind sir, how do you feel about the hag Ginny Nightshade? Granny Nightshade.
Wicked.
Oh, good. We have already driven slack-jawed Lorna from her lands, and we're here to do the same for her. So,
You have driven away one of the witches?
yes, that's why we are the heroes of Hither. My friends are also with me, and I will indicate those who I can see.
Hello. I bow to you.
He lifts his blindfold just briefly to take you all in, and then puts it back down. Make yourselves comfortable, please. Come. Stay warm.
I will come out of the shadow of the wall and adjust my waistcoat. Thank you.
Do you live here, good sir?
Do not be alarmed. Our Herringon friend is not a bandit.
I had no assumption.
Oh.
But I appreciate clarification. It is always good to beware of bandits, though this treasure, and he kind of blindly gestures, is not one I would recommend.
And don't be alarmed at the giant spider. She is also with us. I assume it.
I think I will leave my blindfold down for that one.
What is all this treasure? What may we inquire?
And why are you wasting it by turning it into string?
It is my shame.
Well, I apologize for asking. We don't want to press you on something you find shameful.
Your shame?
I've led a cruel and heartless existence. I earned these riches by exploiting my tenants' misery and buying up condemned property and renting it out for exorbitant fees. Granny Nightshade, wicked as she is helping me to make amends. I told her I wanted to put my bad deeds behind me and my ill-gotten gains to good use, and she cursed me to dwell forever in this cave, spinning my gold into useful items for anyone who comes my way.
Ah, you're a landlord.
Seems like a terrible fate for a noble and mighty dragon to have befallen.
There's a dragon?
There is no need to keep up pretenses and deceptions with me, good sir.
Just because he has a horde and lives in a cave doesn't mean he's a dragon.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Your eyes aren't backwards.
My fate is one I have
Obviously not
earned.
in the mirror.
My fate is one I have earned, and I have accepted my consequence. Though that evil creature laid upon me a curse, if I spend the rest of my days doing something that might make up for some of the pain that I've caused, then it will be worthwhile.
So
Well,
you sew new items?
I do.
Gold? What would it take to fancy a new waistcoat? As I tug on the one I'm wearing, still made from the horrendous crap from the swamp. Hither.
A new waistcoat from threads of gold. That can be arranged.
Wonderful.
I'm happy to give each of you anything if you would like. This is all to be given. Just do not take the gold.
What happens if we take the gold? Do you turn into your true form and try to destroy us?
It is cursed. And if you take it, you will be cursed like I am.
Well, we don't have much use for gold.
You here do. It is not like at home. Waterdeep was a place fixated upon the sting.
Is that common here in Thither? People are being punished.
The hags seek to punish those undeserving, and those deserving. He's already sat back down at the loom and scooped up more gold and begun to weave the waistcoat.
I mean, on the one hand, yes, you probably deserve to suffer. You sound like a terrible person. But on the other hand, like, for eternity? Or just until you die?
I believe until I die.
How much longer do you think that will be?
Mm-hmm.
And will the gold become uncursed when that happens?
I don't know. I assume it will cease to exist.
She'll have another poor loser that she's punishing.
There are several landlords in Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
But please, might I give you all a gift?
It depends on how long it takes you to make them.
I've become quite adept at my task.
How are you at haberdashery?
It wouldn't be the first of the hats that I've produced.
I wouldn't mind a hat.
Wonderful.
My love, even though he would never ask for it, would love a new loincloth spun of the finest gold.
Are you saying you wish me in a new clothing?
Please, anything you wish, just let me know.
Maybe some kind of a cozy for the tip of your spear when you're not using it.
Literal or metaphorical?
Okay, is that a thing? Maybe fashionable.
You are always fashionable, even when you wear nothing at all, because your body is a work of art, my love.
I wish we didn't have to care about these frills and accoutrements to the body. The form, yes, should be admired, free and exposed to the sun.
I've taken 4 psychic damage.
So, you can either tell him something that you want, or you can roll a d8.
I would just roll 7.
Percy,
6.
you should get a little sweater for Cosmo.
I'm gonna let him make it. Once.
Do you want to roll, or do you want roll to see what the hat? Go ahead and roll to see what the hat's effects are.
Oh, for a D8?
Haberdashery.
6.
Okay.
Isn't that what you got?
Yeah, I got 6.
Should I re-roll?
Yeah.
7. Re-rolling. I think cock for sure. 4.
Would you like me to roll a
I'll roll
d8
for
as well?
Jill.
Yes, please.
Judge got a 3.
And I got a 2.
Okay, so he spends about an hour total producing each of these things as you see the thread coming out of the end of it and magically forming itself into a shape as you kind of see it swing together into what you've requested. Your items function as follows. Ooh. Your loincloth acts as a cloak of protection.
Ooh.
Your hat seems to push this force through your body. You can see from it golden bands forming underneath the skin of your arms and then fading into nothing as you have bracers of archery.
Oh.
You got a
My
two
top
of the
hat
three
of
of
archery.
You got reaching into the pockets of the waistcoat. They go on forever. You have a bag of holding.
Ooh.
You have a waistcoat of holding.
Yes.
So you can just literally pull anything you want out of it. Oh my god.
Jeltra had the 3.
Yes.
He fastens for her a fresh pair of boots of elven kind.
Ooh.
And tell me yours one more time.
6.
You have... Shoot, where'd it go? Shit. Come back. You have an amulet of proof against detection and location. You are hidden from divination magic and can't be targeted by such a magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
To be honest, that's terrible for you, because if you get lost, we'll never find you.
And as he steps off of the loom, all of you with a score of 11 or higher glimpse apparitions in the darkness. They seem to fixate on the man as he works. A long-faced woman dabbing at tears with a handkerchief and a rail-thin waif wearing an eye patch. A grubby child peering over his shoulder. A gaunt coachman deep in the shadows at the back of the cage. I am haunted by my words. As long as my ill-gotten gains were put to good use, my bad deeds would remain behind me. You're beholding the restless apparitions of those I hurt. They lurk behind my back, tormenting me with pokes at my ribs and whisperings in my ear. I can't bear to look at them in the eye. Not after what I did to them. You may rest here as long as you need. My cave is open to provide warmth, shelter. And I am here to answer any questions I can.
Do you know where the hag is here?
That is where we'll end tonight. Thank you all so much for
sucker.
watching another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, and we will hit on that question at the beginning of the next round.
Bye.
Sorry, we're doing a little short tonight. We were down one party member who will be back with us next week, and we're very stoked. But thank you so much for all of you for watching this, whether it be on Twitch or on YouTube. Thank you especially to Sparky, Dossie, Daniel, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, Rockelman, Death's Grasp, Eric Fox, and Meebo. And with that, up with will come tagline. We
Sure.
I forgot.